What is happening, everyone? The Football Therapist back with another Superflex mock draft video. I did one pre-NFL draft. Now I'm going to be doing one post-NFL draft, especially with a lot of people doing their rookie drafts now. I think it's important to upload one of these videos. Sorry I couldn't get it to you guys sooner. I've kind of been very busy with work. But I've been uploading content on Instagram if you want to follow me there at The Football Therapist. And I uploaded my rookie rankings onto my website. But let's go into this mock and see where we go. We did a random draft order and we got pick 5. To me, the first few picks kind of are going to be similar in most drafts. I think Trevor Lawrence in the Superflex format will be the 101. To me, I think there's going to be a combination of Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Najee Harris, and then depending on the format, Kyle Pitts definitely could be made a case for in these top 5 to 6 picks. Now, of course, if it's a normal non-tight end premium format, I'm not taking Kyle Pitts over the quarterback position. The quarterback position is just too valuable to pass up on when you have these 2 to 3 to 4 elite potential quarterbacks. I would not take Kyle Pitts over the quarterback position. But of course, it also depends on your team construction. So I talk about that a lot in my previous videos, how team construction is very important. But if I'm going for the player who I think is the best value, the highest ceiling right here at pick 5, I'm going with Trey Lance at the quarterback position. Just because in Superflex formats you need those elite quarterbacks to potentially lead your team to the championship. It's very difficult to win those type of formats if you don't have a quarterback. So looking at the board here, Najee Harris, like I said, top 6 pick lock. And you got Zach Wilson at 7. He's a super safe quarterback, in my opinion. I think the Jets still need to build around him a little bit more, but he's going to be a really good fantasy quarterback. He may not have that elite ceiling that we see with Trey Lance or Justin Fields or even Trevor Lawrence, but he's right there because he's safer than some of those prospects, in my opinion. Etienne, Williams, 2 running backs who I would be taking in this range. I feel that after that, the running backs just dip dramatically, and I'd be happy with either or. I think Etienne has a higher ceiling, but Williams in that Broncos offense should be really safe. He should get a ton of work, of course, depending on if they could ever figure that quarterback situation out. Then you get these wide receivers who I really wouldn't mind grabbing a Bateman or Devonta Smith. I don't think that they're in the Jamar Chase tier. I think they're right below him. But to me, these are guys that have a really good chance of being wide receiver 2s for fantasy football. And potentially Devonta Smith in Philadelphia with the landing spot, he could be a low-end wide receiver 1. But I think a lot of these guys are pretty much safe in that wide receiver 2 territory. Rondale Moore, terrific landing spot, explosive playmaker. Mac Jones, this is definitely the range I would want to take him, being that it's the Superflex League. Jalen Waddle, Elijah Moore to me. 2 other wide receivers who you can definitely make the case for in this position. Both of them have the draft capital. Obviously, Waddle has elite draft capital. Elijah Moore, most of his metrics are just terrific. Kenneth Gainwell, do not take him in the 2nd round. He's not worth a pick, being that he was a 5th round prospect behind Miles Sanders. I'm not against taking him, but this is not the range where you want to take a Kenneth Gainwell when you have Elijah Moore on the board, when you have Terrace Marshall, who long-term has a really good landing spot. I think Sermon and Carter, too, I would definitely take over Gainwell. Sermon, to me, with Mostert and Wilson, their contracts are up. He has that 3rd round draft capital. He's a little bit safer to me than Michael Carter. Carter definitely has the upside appeal, being that there's not much competition in New York. I think that for both of these guys, this would be the range around, the early 2nd to mid 2nd where I'd want to take them. I see people drafting these guys up all the way into the first round for Superflex at the end, kind of in pick 11, 12, and then also in redraft, mostly in the 107 range. I just can't get on board with using a first round pick on those guys. I think I'd rather go with the safer option in one of these wide receivers, whether it be Waddle or Elijah Moore or Rondell Moore. I'd just rather have that safer prospect at the wide receiver position. But here I'm going to go with Trey Sermon. I think that this is a really good range for him for the running back that he is. He got that day 2 draft capital in an elite system. And also, the way that I was thinking about it, I have the future potentially of the 49ers backfield, which could be a great offense to really invest in for not only next year but for years to come. So, Michael Carter, Terrace Marshall just went off. Amon-Ra St. Brown definitely can make an impact right away. No competition there. But kind of a brutal offense, so that's a little worrisome. Amari Rodgers, hopefully he really produces in Green Bay. Pat Freiermuth, Pittsburgh tight end. I think this is the right range for him. And then really once you get into this third round area, you're just looking for upside play, in my opinion. A lot of these guys aren't super safe when you have the late draft capital, especially for the day 3 guys. I'm a big fan of Dyami Brown here. I think that he could definitely make an impact on Washington. He's a really good slot wide receiver. So looking at the board, nothing really stands out too much for me. I think, of course, when you're looking at these 3rd round and 4th round draft picks for your rookie formats, you're just looking for guys who have opportunity or potentially have high ceiling play. I think in your early rounds you want to go with that safety. In the later rounds you want to go in the upside and the ceiling, because of course a lot of these players aren't going to hit. But for me here, Chris Evans, he has a really good profile. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'm probably going to wrap up the video. Let me know what you think about the first round here. I think the first and second round, you're going to be trying to go for those safe quarterbacks, of course, in your Superflex formats early in the draft. You got 3 stud running backs, and then there's a little bit of a drop-off. Trey Sermon, Michael Carter, and then the rest kind of is garbage. And the wide receivers, you have a really good group of wide receivers this year. Of course, I'm going to be talking a little bit about trade strategy in my next video, I've decided. So tune in for that, and if you guys can, hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you very much.